Yeah, smoky fire in a hole. Let's cook up some boneless beef ribs. Stay tuned. Yeah, so what I got here is what they call beef country ribs, but they're not ribs by any stretch of the imagination. They're cut to look like ribs, but they're not ribs. What they are is it's cut from the beef shoulder. And if you go to the grocery store, they have them. They call them beef country ribs, or they might call them beef boneless ribs, but they're not ribs at all. They're beef cut from the shoulder, and you can't just throw them on the grill because it's a tough cut of meat. So what we're going to do is we're going to slather them with some Sang stir-fry oil. You can put any kind of oil you like on them. You can put olive oil, cottonseed oil, coconut oil, any kind of oil you like. And then we're going to get them all covered up with that oil. That's just to make the rub stick. And I like Sang's because it carries a nice garlicky flavor to it. Garlic and cilantro flavor. Then we're going to take some of Tango Joe's Midnight Espresso. Can you see that okay? Midnight Espresso, that's the winner of the 2013 Golden Chili Award. And Tango Joe's Midnight Espresso is perfect for beef. Anytime you're cooking beef, you want to put some Tango Joe's Midnight Espresso on there. And we're going to rub them down with some Midnight Espresso. You could use just salt and pepper if that was your inclination. You don't have to use Midnight Espresso. I just happen to like it a lot. I like all of Tango Joe's stuff. And I'm going to put a link in the description so that you can go get some of his spices and spice mixes and rubs. He makes the best. He's out there in Long Island just having a good time, grilling and smoking and grinning. That's Tango Joe. Okay, so now what we're going to do is put those suckers right on the direct fire. Here, let me throw them on there and you can get a look at that as soon as I move the camera. There you go. Let's see. Let's change the camera angle a little bit so you can see what's going on here. Yeah, there you go. Let's back out of that a little bit. And you can see I got my cast iron skillet on there. So I think you know what's coming. We're going to just sear these pieces of meat up a little bit. And then we're going to throw them in that skillet with some beer and some barbecue sauce after they get a little bit of sear on them. And then we're going to braise them for about 2 hours. We're going to cook them in that cast iron skillet. So let me get a little bit of sear on them and I'll bring you right back. Stay tuned. Okay, so my meat's been seared up and it looks pretty good, huh? Almost looks good enough to eat already, but it's nowhere near done. Here's what we got to do next. We're going to throw in a beer. Any good beer. Don't use Budweiser or Bud Light. This is a Longhammer IPA from Red Hook. It's pretty good beer. We're going to throw that in there. And we just want it to be just to the top of that meat. We don't want to boil the meat because if you do, it'll get tough. You know, it'll be boiled meat. The other thing you want to put in there is some barbecue sauce. And you want to use the best sauce going. This is it right here. Whoops. There goes my cap. Woo. This is Manuel Rios YKYWI barbecue sauce. And this is the best sauce going, bar none. We're going to pour that on there. Don't that look good enough to eat already? Boy, look at that. Boy, howdy. We're going to, there you go. Okay. So I got my barbecue sauce and I got my beer on there. And we're going to let that cook for about 2 hours in there. And we might have to add some more beer. And we might have to add some more barbecue sauce. I want to save a little bit for my beans. I'm going to make some beans. And the other thing I want to do is put some cherry wood for smoke. Just one piece of cherry wood right down in there to get a little smoky flavor. And I'm going to put the cover on, but I'm going to put the vent over the hot coals and not over the meat because I don't want that to boil. I want the heat to go straight up instead of going over the and that smoke is still going to dissimulate on there. And we're still going to move that, probably have to move that pan around a while. We just want that to simmer. So stay tuned. We'll bring you back. It's going to take about 2 hours to get that simmered up. And then we'll bring you back and we'll drink a beer. So stay tuned. Yeah, it's beer 30 and not a minute too soon. There's the excessively frosted Root Boy mug. And here's today's beer. I kind of messed up with this one. This is the King's English IPA. I was over at Trader Joe's, you know, and I have never been to Trader Joe's. They just opened up in our neighborhood. And I picked this up and I said, oh, IPA. And what I didn't realize is that this is imported from, oh man, my thing just broke. What am I going to do? I got a new thing over here. Wow. My bottle opener just broke, but I got this one here. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, like I was saying, it's imported from England. I don't normally drink imported beer, but I got this and I wanted to try it, so what the hell, we'll pour it out, give it a shot. How bad could it be? Let's find out. It's a beautiful color beer, not much head. It's got a pretty color. It's kind of a copper color. IPA. What's the 6% alcohol by volume is not a lot. Let's take a sniff of that. See how that tastes. It smells real good. It's got a nice floral hop smell. Let's take a taste of it before we pass judgment on it. That's damn good. I like it. I didn't think I would. It had a very low rating on Beer Advocate. Oh, I'm sorry, Roll. I forgot to say let's quaff the froth off it. But yeah, it had a low rating on the websites, and they said, you know, English IPA not going to be any good. So there you go. It's pretty good. I like it. King's English IPA. Trader Joe's. Kind of a cool place if you ever get a chance to go to one. Yeah, that's good beer. Alright, let's check on our meat. Please stay tuned. So because we're in Florida, of course it's raining, but I took one of my ribs and cut it up and put it in my beans, and I got some cornbread. I'm going to take a taste of this right now. It's looking pretty good, I have to say. Oh yeah, that's delicious. You can't beat that Manuel Rios barbecue sauce. That's excellent. That's some cornbread and some beans. That's awesome. That's an awesome recipe. Excuse me. And you got to give it a try. Really good. Thanks to Bob Algren and the BBQ Pit Boys for the awesome recipe. Don't forget to check the links in the bucket for Tango Joe's Spices and for Manuel Rios El Rabbit's Barbecue for some of that awesome sauce. I'm telling you, that is absolutely the best sauce you'll ever taste. If you don't like that sauce, if you buy that sauce and you don't like it, I will come to your house and drink every beer in your refrigerator. Unless you have Budweiser, then I don't want any. That's so good. Ah, that's delicious. That's my video, babies. I guess I'll put a link to El Rabbit's Barbecue. And of course, if you like this crap, you know what I always say, please subscribe. And we'll see you next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. I guarantee it. And it'll be in the frosty Root Boy mug. See there? Root Boy. That's me. Alright, babies. Check y'all later. Bye.